So I'm here with Camerakits at the media production show over in the Olympia in London, and as you can see, it's absolutely buzzing. There's plenty of vendors to go and see. I'm hoping to hit the likes of Rode. I'm hoping to hit the likes of Aperture, see what they have to offer, see if there's anything new in Blackmagic, maybe in Canon, and just see what's actually coming out over the next few months. It's a really exciting time. Obviously, there's loads of new products being released on a daily basis. So let's go and check out and see what's going on. So we've just stopped off at Rode at the media production show here in the Olympia in London. Tom's going to show us a few of their newest products. I know you have something like the Stream X. You've also got a new micro, isn't it?
Yeah,
and the Go Me, is it?
Wireless Me. Wireless Me. Yeah. Streamer X. This is our first combined audio and video kind of capture device. So this is the best way to imagine this for those of you that are familiar with the kind of Rodecaster Pro. This is like one channel of that. So you've got our high gain Revolution preamp, which has got kind of really incredible amounts of gain, so you can connect a myriad of different microphones to it. You've got 3 different inputs, so you can have an XLR microphone. We've currently got a Video Micro 2. You can have our kind of headset microphone, so if you're going to be streaming game content, that kind of thing. And you can also connect one of our Series 4 wireless devices. So I'm currently using a Wireless Go 2 in the Interview Go grip, and that connects to here, so that covers your audio. You've also got a single HDMI input, which is currently connected to that Panasonic camera up there, capturing this, going into OBS. So you've got really good visual accompanied with really good audio in one simple system with really powerful audio mixing capabilities and DSP. So you're going to get Rode quality audio with class compliant USB HDMI input as well.
Happy days. And I saw there's actually wireless built into this. There's nothing else to connect or anything like that.
Nope, totally wireless. So if you've got an existing, I'm just using one of the Wireless Go 2 transmitters. You could also use one of our Wireless Me transmitters. Pretty good segue, actually.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, that just connects to that. It's all done in the software. It's very, very simple, very, very easy. And yeah, Wireless Me. Should we have a look?
Yeah, let's go check it.
On that before we move?
No, I think it's self-explanatory, isn't it? It just works. That's what you want.
That's the thing. 349. They're going to be in stock with you guys and around the UK and around Ireland. I think end of the month we're going to see stock of those. So yeah, Wireless Me. We'll check this one out if you want to come around the front of the desk.
Yeah.
So this is Wireless Me. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with this. Yeah, so this is sort of like a kind of cross-grade evolution of the whole family. So Wireless Go 2, as you're all familiar with, was a 2-channel, 2 mics, 1 receiver system. The Wireless Me takes that paradigm and sort of flips it on its head a little bit. So I'll just unplug them and talk you through it. Wireless Me consists of 2 tiles. You have a receiver. You'll notice the receiver's also a microphone. You have a transmitter, also has a microphone. The idea is I could be shooting you and filming you at the same time. So I get the behind camera audio and then the on camera audio. Exactly like what, yeah, make that job a lot easier. Also, because there's no display, the management of the device is all done through a smartphone. Now that can put off some users, but it is literally set and forget. You set them once, walk away, they're done. These do have something called auto gain or adaptive gain. It's not like the AGC you find in a camera, which is bad. We don't like that. This is a much more intelligent version of that. It's a totally different kettle of fish. It actually uses some really clever conversion and gain staging techniques. It effectively listens to the audio and adapts the gain as you go. So there's no setting the gain, there's no clipping, there's no weirdness. The mics will look after themselves. Onboard recording works with the Series 4 wireless stuff like I just showed you with the Streamer X. Really, really cool.
It's definitely a really exciting product. It's very compatible with the iPhones and stuff like that, and phones as well. Yeah, it's all Lightning and USB-C, so you've got Android and Apple in that regard. It makes a lot of sense to have something. The amount of times I'll be filming, say, stuff for the likes of what we're doing today, and an awful lot easier. You've also got the Micro 2, which is something that is interesting to me because we actually put up. Let's do.
So Video Micro 2 is the 4th mic in our sort of annular line tube technology inspired by the NTG5 at the end. So these are very lightweight shotgun microphones that feature annular line tube technology, which gives you higher directionality, better off-axis rejection and less body resonance. Now Video Micro 2 is a really cool little one, so completely self-contained. It will run off plug-in power, but it also features USB, which is really, really cool. So USB-C on the side, you can plug that into your laptop, your smartphone, whatever you want to do, and use it as USB mic. That would be a massive upgrade, obviously, over your built-in camera microphone, as we all know, but also a massive upgrade over the built-in camera in your microphone in your laptop, for example. So if you're doing Teams calls, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and it's so small that it would just disappear on the desk anyway.
Yeah.
And then that's new as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, this is there's quite a story to this one. You may notice that it has a slightly different shock mount to all of the others. So this is our Helix ISO mount design. So again, this is inspired by the NTG5, so it features annular line tube technology. So it actually has a lot more range than the chassis would suggest because of that technology. But this Helix ISO mount is actually a proprietary design by the very, very clever guys back in Sydney. They've actually designed this to be completely acoustically inert. So it offers the same sort of isolation and shock mounting as the previous Rycote solutions, but it's even more effective. And it's all kind of custom printed in our factory in Sydney as well. So yeah, this punches far and above its weight. The differences between these two, this is a bit longer, so it has a bit more range. This doesn't have USB, this does have USB, that kind of thing. So this is completely plug and play. It will run off your camera's plug-in power, and it will rely on your camera's preamp, but it is an absolute paradigm shift compared to the tiny mic that you might find in your DSLR.
Absolutely, because that's one thing that we were getting questions about, is kind of what is a great beginner kind of microphone to upgrade. Sound is so important in videos, and exactly, there you go, there's two perfect choices. There's one question answered anyway for you. Thanks a million to Tom over in Road. Very excited about the Micro 2, the new Stream Deck thing, that's absolutely deadly. The fact that it has capture card and everything built into it, that's really impressive. So loads more to see here, but Road done a solid. So we're just walking past the Aperture and Amaran stand, and I've seen the first glimpse at the 150C and the 300C over in the corner. Funnily enough, we are going to stop off and ask the lads some questions about that, but they're actually a lovely looking light. For the first time ever, I've seen a light that I think actually looks nice, and it'll be nice installed in a studio. But the fact that it comes in white as well is going to be a massive thing for an awful lot of people that want to build an aesthetic looking studio. So I'm really excited to get in here and ask the lads some questions. I'm here with James at the Golox stand. James is going to talk us through, we were just talking about the 1200. There's I presume just a normal, like a D kind of thing, like it's just straight single colour, and then you've also got the bi-colour, you've new panels, you've a massive spotlight. It looks like the smaller spotlight, but it's just out one of the streams out of Mario and just tripled in size. Like
it's huge. I would not try lifting that on my own. I'd need at least a team to be able to do that. Yes. But yes, we're here today to talk about our new 1200 600D line, which are essentially nice little sunrisers. They're fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely amazing. So we were talking about it a little bit, and the power output. Do you want to just explain that to camera so that people at home can understand the power that comes out of these things?
So this, for me as a working operator, I can use this outside, midday sun, Fresnel lens on, and get a good exposure on my talent. And that, as a working operator for me, is gold dust.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what you want. And I'd say, I'm going to get a little bit technical here, but the likes of the likes of the color accuracy, because obviously there is competitors. We've seen in the last couple of years the likes of Aperture have brought out a 1200. So the likes of competition, obviously I know the Golox usually come in a little bit under the price, but what's the likes of the quality of color and stuff like that come out of it?
So we're looking at a CRI of 96, TLCI of 96. For me, I don't have the official figures, but when using this light practically, I had no green or magenta shift when I did a white balance. As a working operator, continuously having to dial that in, I don't want to be able to do that, but if I need to, I can. But there is no shift in this, and that for me is perfect.
Yeah, amazing. And then the likes of the gradient then from 0 to 100%, it's a linear gradient.
So we've got 4 different dimming modes on this. So there is a linear mode. I can take it from 0.1% all the way up to 100%.
Amazing.
So it's really, really flexible in that regard. So if you do want to just really fine tune your lighting, you absolutely can.
That's so important, especially with these bigger lenses, because they can get very powerful very, very quickly. So the Fresnel, I presume, is brand new, and the Spot is brand new as well.
They're brand new specifically to the MG1200 line because they take what we're calling the G mounts, which is a bigger version of the S mount. It's stronger, so it has to have these bigger modifiers on. And also, if you were to put an S mount onto this light, you're going to have play in there. So we thought, actually, we're going to have a brand new mount, which is bigger, it's stronger. Why not?
And I suppose the likes of the things that were made for the S mount are probably even too small to fit on the camera anyway, are they?
Yeah, no, you wouldn't be able to put the S mount on here. It's not something you can retrofit. It's something we designed from the ground up because we thought we need something stronger, and this is that. We have our 600 and 300 line, both bicolor and daylight version. Again, really rock sturdy stuff. Like, just again, very strong quality of light that comes out, really clean, very much like the MG1200. Very, very clean TLCI. CRI of 96. I believe the SSI is 82.
Amazing. And they're all metal shell bodies, aren't they?
These are all metal shell bodies. The control units, they mount on with a V-lock plate with a super clamp. So if you do want to use them out in the field, absolutely, you can use them with two V-mounts. Not a problem. If you want to plug them into DMX, both in and out, no problem at all. If you want to control it via an app, we've got that as well.
Amazing.
Want to control it via a remote controller? We've got that as well.
So loads of versatility there. Loads of durability, I presume, in these things as well. They look really, really, really good. I'm going to push and make sure that some of these are in the shop as well when we get back. So really quickly, just before we do leave the Godox stand, they have brought out brand new mics. This one I'm very interested in because it's pretty much a take on what TJ have done, without saying that too loud. But it looks like they charge in the case, they hold battery. They probably record internally. They do record internally. They also got a built-in mic. They have an option for plugging in a mic, and it's got USB-C then to take all the data off them as well. There's two transmitters and a receiver within that box. You've also got some smaller ones there, which are really, really interesting, and definitely something that I was talking to a lot of people online about. The kind of smaller options, cheaper options, so a way to get into doing what, say, like we're doing today, or if you have a small business and you want to kind of improve your social media with the likes of like better audio, better video, something like this is really, really handy because it's so small, it's so discreet, it's going to be cheap enough that you can definitely invest in it, and it'll be an easy to use system. I can already see they have a lightning bolt adapter there to go straight from the receiver into your phone. There you go. There's another solution sorted for you. They've also got something similar to the Rode Wireless Go. It looks quite similar to that. And again, they've all got charging cases, which is absolutely amazing. They've got some bigger systems here, which looks like it's going to be taking on something like what Sony have released recently with their wireless transmitters. You've got desktop mics, loads of mics coming out from Godox, and there's something that I didn't even recognize Godox to be anything to do with audio. But they've got an amazing selection between lighting, audio, flags, modifiers. It's absolutely unbelievable, and very excited to see what's going to be coming out of Godox over the next few weeks.
Right, we're here with Barry from Canon today. He's going to show us what's going on here at the Canon stand.
Great stuff. Well, great to talk to you guys. What we're showing here at Canon today, we're talking about our PTZ cameras and our XE protocol that we use throughout our full range of PTZ, XA cameras and our Cinema EOS cameras. But over in this area, we're actually showing off our new auto tracking software that is available to go into our CRN 700 currently, which is our top end PTZ, but will be available in our full range of PTZs going forward. And what this is all about is that you can actually set this camera up with a piece of software. You can set up a particular area, depending if that's in a university, a house of worship, in a studio, and the camera will track the subject. So what I can do in a second, I'll give a little quick overview of what that looks like. But this is kind of the thing that a lot of broadcasters are interested in, and people who are looking to have a simplified working solution that they don't have to focus on tracking their subjects or pulling focus on them that without needing anything else and falling apart.
Well, we're here with Bradley from IDX. Bradley's going to show us the new range of V-Locks with new inputs and outputs and different wattage range. So let's see what they have in store.
Hello. So our newest Duo range at the moment is the Duo CP range. The Duo range has been around for a little while now, but we've just refreshed the model, updated the features that you get on there now. So traditionally, it's always been 2 D-taps and a USB-A output. Yes. Now, to kind of keep up with the modern standards, we've got a USB-C PD output and input.
Wow.
So what that allows you to do on all the ranges, so the Duo C98, C150 and 198, you can charge through the USB socket and also power outside the USB-C socket.
Amazing.
Up to 60 watts on those V-Locks.
Okay, brilliant.
At different range of voltages, at different variable ampage as well. So very good, very clever. allows you to be on the move and kind of lets you charge other equipment whilst also powering your camera at the same time.
And are they available to order now? They're in stock?
Yep, currently in stock, available. Please order some.
You will also see them in Camerakit very soon.
So we're over at Zero Light here, and I just bumped into this very, very tall man, Justina. Can you tell me about this light?
Sure. So that's one of the Felix fixtures over here. We've got a whole range from the smallest 90 watts up to 900 watts. So this is the single source full color LED Fresnel. So this is a big chip in one matrix, very tightly packed. It means it gives us a lot of output, but also very clean, crisp shadows. Similar ones that you would get from the traditional Fresnel. And it's full color as well, so it's got whites, very clean whites and full color RGB.
Yeah, because that's one thing that we noticed with an awful lot of the higher, like the lights, the bigger lights from like Aperture and Godox and stuff like that. They're say their 1200 range it's all just bicolor. It's not full color. So this is full RGB, is it?
So it is. So they're using multiple blends of the white phosphors and RGB. So it's RGBW, but that white is multiple flavors.
Amazing. And then you've also got some of the smaller ones. I presume they're all IP rated and stuff like that as well. They're just the baby version of this.
Yeah. So the whole Felix range is IP rated, and it starts from the smallest 90 watt, then goes to this 180 watt, which is kind of 650 tungsten equivalent. Then we've got 350 watt, which is more like one stroke 2K tungsten, and goes all the way to this big one.
Very exciting. Unbelievable lights. You've also got some big panel lights. You see these are obviously inflatable, and that's to give a really, really soft light. Do you want to tell me a little bit about these?
Yeah, so it's a kind of new product for us. We brought this brand just to see what the reaction is. We put some of them on the film sets with the gaffers, see how they take it on. It's great because it's inflatable, so obviously it's very lightweight.
Yeah, because my view on that is like it'd be gorgeous as a key light, even in kind of more compact situations and stuff like that, because
Exactly.
it produces beautiful light, beautifully soft light. You've also got the likes of LED panels and stuff like that as well. Are they for the likes of virtual sets? Is that the whole point behind them, or what's the point behind them?
So those panels over there that you see, they are VP lights for virtual productions. So they are specifically designed for that. And it's the whole new way of running the lighting, because that actually takes the video signal from the LED volume and runs it through the panel, and it changes the spectrum. It expands the spectrum because now we put that RGB signal into 5 chips, full color chips. So we're running it through the video signal as opposed to DMX. So it's not DMX light, it's actually video tile, but suitable for using it as a key light because it's got very clean whites.
Well, that's very interesting. Stuff that's well beyond my knowledge or my scope, but thanks a million for chatting to us about it.
Thank you.
Thanks a million. So we just said we'd stop back at Amaran and Aperture to check out some of their new lights. We have the Infinity Bars. We were also going to be looking at the 300Cs, but Jason is going to talk us through the Infinity Bars.
Yep. So the Infinity Bars been out for a couple of months now, but still a new product for us. It is our first pretty much step into like a pixel bar system. They're available in the PB12, which is 4 foot, PB3, which is 1 foot, and the PB6, which is 2 foot. It's a really special system, given its name Infinity Bars. So what you are able to do is sort of Infinity link these together. There is a multi-shaping toolkit as well. So at the moment we're using these right angles to create a rectangle, but the list of what you can create is endless. You know, stars, inverted triangles, hexagons, so on. You can even build a full panel out of them as well. obviously Sidus Link compatible with our app, CRMX, Lumen Radio, DMX. So all the pro features are built into the InfiniBar system.
Yeah, because they seem to be massive. Like when I first saw them, I thought that'd be amazing in the background of a music video as the actual set.
Pretty much, yeah. I think they're used in quite a lot of music videos. I just think they're so versatile and flexible as to where they can be used. The mounting possibilities, you've got threads to mount them, you've got magnets, you've got obviously baby pins that can slot into the back to go on stands. So actually, where you can mount them is pretty much anywhere for whatever you're doing.
Yeah, because it seems like Aperture is kind of going that way with their newer lights and stuff like that. Like you have that the flexible panel, and that's ability to mount almost anywhere. It had the similar magnets and stuff like that as well, didn't it?
I think it's just one of those things. If you leave one of these things out, if you release a product with no magnets on there, someone's going to go, where's the magnets or where's the thread? So I think it's just trying to cover off all angles for all possibilities for each user, because we do understand everybody is using the kit in a slightly different way.
Amazing. And then there's also something else that's really interesting and it's sparked my interest. I said to Collie the minute I saw it, and that is Amaran's 150 and 300C, which is brand new.
They are brand new to the party. It is the first cob in the Amaran range to have full colour. As you can see up there, we've got the 300C in a special prototype white, and behind us here we've got the 150C. Coupled with that, there are some new Amaran modifiers. Which includes sort of like a light, sort of like a dome modifier and so on. So the Amaran range for us is growing. Again, a fantastic price point for what is a very, very bright light, to be fair.
Yeah, because that was my big thing with Amaran, was how affordable it is. If you're not in an environment where durability is a massive issue, because obviously they're not as sturdy as something like the 300C or the 600C, where those can be, say, for the likes of single shooters, you might be using them maybe 2 or 3 times, maybe mostly in the studio or whatever. That kind of thing just makes so much more sense to me than having to fork out a ton of money for some of the higher end stuff that you're providing.
Yeah, I think it's it's priced very competitively for what it is, and I think, like you just mentioned, if it's on a user level, you're going to tend to look after your own kit. And the lightweightness and the portabilityness of the actual product, I think, is why people buy Amaran. I think for a rental environment, maybe that's a bit harsh for Amaran, and we prefer people to use, the more hard-wearing, robust Aperture kit. But certainly, Amaran is super, super popular with the end users, content creators, and so on.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, listen, I'm sure there's more exciting new products. Don't think you can tell us anything, but thanks a million, Jason. I can't wait to get those 300Cs in the studio.